Hello everyone, hello everyone. It is me, Just Be Audrey Lane. I thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that bell so you can be notified of when a journal process is up and going. Um, First of all, I gotta move up a little bit more in my seat. So sorry guys. Um, I going to start with the date. So today is Sunday, August 29th, 2021. And so the other day I had spoke and said that I was going to um, write and send up a balloon because we normally send up balloons for my birthday and then also for my mother's passing. That was something my family, we will do. But I was like, this year I wanted to be totally different and represent who I know it should represent more than my mother and myself. So I sent it up to God. It was a Mother's Day balloon though, a big one that I got for Mother's Day that I got myself. I bought myself a Mother's Day balloon. And I wrote on there, just grateful. And when I tell you some eye-opening experiences just happening, it's man, I am just grateful. So I'm coming to basically like be myself, be who I am. I thank God because He's showing me who I am. Some days I'm like, God, I don't know how it is I do this, but I thank you that I am just living in my true self. And I was saying to him, like, I think this is like a new part of my new self because so many things have been like changing for me that I'm like, God, I'm so grateful for it. I want to stay true in you. And when I say true in you, it's like, man, his mind never snaps, it never goes, it never bends, it never breaks, it never does anything. It's just true to him. But yeah, or how about this? The true thing of it is, because I just caught it. Thank you, God. May bend but don't break. Mm, mm. I have been just getting some eye-opening things lately, and especially within this last week. You know, I was sitting here saying how, man, I'm called for something. Don't know what it is. Want to have it in my head of it being one particular thing, and it could be something totally different. You know, speaking out and speaking my truth has been amazing. You just never know who is touched by it. And then I had to say, I don't want to know. Because the whole thing about it is, I don't want to put myself like as though I did the work. I didn't do anything. When I tell you I'm literally here just being Audrey Lane, just speaking myself. I am finding myself within this process. So I don't know. I know this may help you, but I know it's doing some wonderful things. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. When you say the enemy has a way of tricking your head up to get you to stop being you, to get you to feel like you're not worth anything, to get you to feel like you're not important. He does that because he wants to throw you off track so that you won't do what God needs you to do. Because if you really come to the revelation that God needs you for something, he wants you for something, and you see yourself like God sees you, The enemy knows just how powerful God is going to move in your life. And when he sees that you connect with God and that you trust God's word and that you like, yeah, God does have me here for something, that has some shaking in his boots. That has some scared. Because it's like, man, he does not want you to get the realization that God is real and that he's really going to keep his word and have you move for him, have you do for him. So he wants to trick you up. And sometimes he wants to have you get pride and big-headed so that this way you think it's all about you, that you forget all about what God is doing and that it's God's work. You just so happen to be the one God trusting to do it for him, to do it not for him but with him. I tell myself all the time, don't back down and don't you get big-headed. The only head you need to know is follow the head of suit, and that's God. He's the head for me. When I tell you, it is scary at times, tripping over words, speaking things that I don't even know this is true and clear, but God, I'm going to do it because when I ask him to speak up and out of me, I got to trust that it's him. I have to trust that. This is a scary but a living thing for me. I'm living in my truth so far that God has shown me you are more braver than what you think, what you realize. Speaking to people and speaking out in groups and speaking in all of this is something for me. It will have me buckle and fold. I will want to write it and have somebody else do it. But can't nobody be me. Can't nobody be you. God knows exactly who we are and who he knows we are to him. We just have to know it. We have to trust him. I don't know by any means of what he is doing. I know it's something that is it literally is a miracle. I said today, because I was up at the altar. Have no problem doing it, not embarrassed by it no more, because it's me and him when I'm up there, nobody else. I can't afford no distractions. So even with everything that went on, I had to go up there and be truthful to him. Why tell a lie? It's not like he don't know me. So I had to go up there and speak the truth out to him of saying, God, I am scared. I don't know what you are doing in my life, but you keep placing this same thing back in my life to speak and speak out and make sure I have the voice you gave me and to use it. But God, I'm scared. It is so different being on here and I trip up and say things wrong. And for him to be calling me that, I had to say to myself, is this what he's doing? And then I had to come and sit with God this morning, even with me running a little bit late this morning. Sometimes it's a good thing to be running late, because it literally was an experience where fear. Now let me break it down to you. The fear of this. We can get off and out of fear when I redid it like this. So I did fear, F for faith. A faith experience that gives you an amazing revelation. That's fear. Fear for me. The faith that I trust God that he's going to do it. When I tell you I signed up for this, I used to always say it like, God, I did wake up so grateful and happy. I woke up like this, like, God, I'm so happy and so grateful. Then it's like, okay, God, you changed me, you shift me. And to wake up like this morning, like, God, I am not knowing what you're doing and I'm okay with it. But God, this is something, because I'm asking you to equip me with something that you've been doing all this time. For some odd reason, I'm able to get on here when I be thinking, man, I don't have a voice. How about I'm finding it? And I have found just a little bit. If I have found just this little bit, Lord knows exactly what my voice will be for him even more when he keeps growing it. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Me having a voice, me speaking out, me talking. And I have to be careful of the me's and the I's and everything, because I'm not trying to take any of his glory. But the fact that he is doing this, I always thought that, and this was something that got me too. I always thought that I was not seen or heard. And then to get up and be nervous and to cry. But I'm so happy God worked on me about showing your emotions. People need to see your real self so they can become the realness of them, the realness that I have them to be. How is it for a long time I cried in silence, not even letting people see a tear come? Or when they did see a tear, it wasn't a tear that they probably thought it was. Now I don't care how my face and everything looks. I don't care what's going on. This is a true emotional thing for me. Sometimes I don't get it. Going up to the altar for me today was like, God, yes, you made this altar call for what we went up there for. But as I was up there, I had to go into the altar, really myself, go into his altar and sit with him and be on my knees to tell him, God, I don't know what this is you are doing. I don't plan to do this. I don't plan for this to go how you go. Yes, I may have it in my head where I pretend and make believe or think that I can do this. I can speak out and I can have a voice and I can be heard. And as immediately as I say it, and I'm about to say it again, of God, I don't plan for this to do it like this. God, I don't plan for this. What are you doing? But this is your purpose. It slips right out my mouth. I was trying to say something different of God. What is the purpose? I have no idea other than I have to just stay faithful and trust him. When I tell you, it's been hard since yesterday and even today of not wanting to delete these videos. And you know why that is? Because I go back and this is like reading, but I view it basically. Of the X, I gotta do the X marks the spot. I almost didn't want to do it because then I had to hold myself accountable. I'm not looking for applauses and growth. I'm not looking for it. I don't need anybody here on earth to see my growth. It amazes me, and I'm here on earth. And I truly thank God, because the fact that I'm amazed off of just him doing it lets me know that, God, I want to keep you where you're looking at me. I do this for you. I do this for you, God. I don't even know who I am other than the fact that I'm your child. Somebody asked me today, what denomination are you? And I always say, or one, I will tell people, I'm not a Christian. I have a relationship with God. We're in relationship with one another. I can't tell you, now the church my grandmother and us kind of was in when I was younger was non-denominational. But I tell people now, I can't tell you any of that other than I'm his child and Jesus is my bro. He my brother. And actually, he is God within himself. But the fact that I want to seek him out more and know him more, I can't even believe that I have even gotten here to this point. Like, why can't I just be where I just speak out and just say my truth? But believe it or not, that is actually ministry. That is actually God coming up off of you. Because the whole thing about it is his word is true and it's about you. And you know that he has wrote this out for you. Don't you think that that is ministry? Don't you think that if his word is so true and you know it, keep reading and digesting it, and you will see just how much of a sacrifice God has done for us. When I think of the blood, it literally brings me to tears, and I'm going to try to not tear. Because I remember as a kid joking around about communion. Oh, I'm going to eat this cracker and drink this juice. God truly had a way of bringing me to about face. Literally. To the point I had to say, God, forgive me, no more. No more. I don't want to do this. No more. Communion to me is so sacred. It's so true. It's so vital. Literally, when I take communion now, I thank God for the sacrifice. I thank Jesus literally for the crucifixion of the fact, the weight that he had to carry when he did nothing. But it's like, let me go down here and die for you. Let me go down here so you can see me more. That's God. Let me sacrifice so you can come and sacrifice to me. So you can see me more. I don't even recognize who my old self was, other than for me to go in to say, God, I thank you for growth. So a lot of why I love the color green is for growth. Vegetation. Everything living has to eat green, has to eat some form of growth, production. And I love it. I seen it in a movie years ago as a kid, and I just always, I can't really, I'm going to ask God for him to pinpoint it to me. But I just always loved green and never really told anybody. Tried to pass it over to my daughter so she can like it, because it was like, I want somebody to kind of like the color. And I finally had to take it back and not take it back because it's still her favorite color too. But I had to explain to her why it is I love green. And I'm going to get back to it so you don't be lost right here. I seen it in a movie, and it was in the movie Father of the Bride, and they had a winter green door, and I just love it, fell in love with it. And then it started clicking to me, the growth. When I seen the green, and this just came to me literally, I can say within the last couple of days and today, the pinpoint, maybe, yeah, because that doorway to get to heaven and to get to God is growth for me. And to know that I'm his bride, that he is meeting me to bring me into alignment to him, to marry and attach on me. And yes, I said that right, attach onto me. So that this way I am grabbing back, and I want him to fully submerge me, take over me, breathe literally into me, and continue breathing into me. I don't get who I am at times. And that's not a bad thing anymore. My mind doesn't race all over the place. I just don't know what God is doing in me. I cannot tell you how I sit here and speak out how I do now. Literally, this is green growth. I am so grateful for just the life God has changed for me. What He is doing in me. When I pray, I always pray in abundance and intentionally pray. Like intentionally pray. Like pray hard. And I say, God, you changing me and you giving me abundance. You're giving it to me in abundance and A-N-D abundance. He is fully giving me Him. Tonight, I really wish I would be able to speak out to you and share, you know, how I would motivate out usually and talk, but I don't know. I come on here often to motivate myself, and I'm motivated right now. But I need God to really, today, I asked Him and been asking Him, God, I want to see your face. And it hasn't just been today, but today I kind of seen just a little glimpse of a reveal. And I would say I have to just keep on staying in Him, because I look in the mirror now, and yeah, I tell y'all how I say a mirror, my best friend. A mirror is me. I love her. But more importantly, that mirror now, I can say, man, God, it's you all up in there. Because when we walk around in this world, we are the representation of God. We want to make sure we are doing what we have to be doing, and we are living truly and faithfully in Him. Oh, wow, and yes, my dress say faith. Faith. We have to make sure we are doing it, because when people, they are not seeing us. They are seeing God. So how are you carrying yourself? Are you walking around here with pride and arrogance like it's you? Are you walking around here beat down and disgusted? Are you walking around here with fear, doubts? Are you walking around here not knowing? Ask God to speak to you, to show Himself to you. Now, I can't say how it will be for you, but for me to see me in the mirror and just have it where it's like, God, why do you keep bringing me to a mirror, a mirror, a mirror? That's my best friend. I can tell her everything, and she kind of correct me, and she say stuff back, when all along it's like, God, I never even put the two together. That is not a mirror. It's you. When I look into the mirror, I see you, God. And especially because I can't tell you how all of this came into play, into being, into focus, into anything. And I didn't see it until I said, God, I give you me. You do with me as you want. So I can tell you that this is nothing but God. So yes, when I look in the mirror, I see him. I thank him so much. I can speak life and speak it abundantly into myself. And that's not big headed. Let me tell you why it is. Because for so many years, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see this person. I couldn't see Audrey Lane. And here it is. I kind of just stuffed things all down on her. I stuffed food. I stuffed, you know, education. I stuffed, you know, anger. I stuffed, you know, growing up hurt and abused with living homeless and being raised on public welfare and all kinds of crazy stuff. Living homeless. I stuffed it down with clinginess, to clinging to anybody who I felt, you know, I could be suited with for strength. And now, literally, I see Audrey Lane by herself. No one else attached other than God. And it's a beautiful thing to literally see myself. And how about this? I said, God, I am seeing myself for the first time. Show me more of me. I hate when you do the fireworks. But God, thank you. Thank you for growth. I just cannot believe at times that I am here. And it's an amazing thing, a wonderful thing. Yeah. Ask God to just do everything he needs to do in your life. Sit back and chill and just wait on him. We don't have to cover ourselves up. Get to know your real true self and how God sees you. You are wonderful. He says it. He made you just the way he needed you to be. And when he starts revealing you to you, your strength, your brilliantness, your wonderful, just charismatic love that you have for yourself and others and him, things will start shifting in your life. I cannot tell you what this is right now. I wish I could actually speak motivation out to you guys right now. I wish that I could. But I'm still trying to figure out some things and not really figure it out. I already know what it is. He's been telling me in some ways. It's not about being, you know, there's different forms of ministry. I would say I wouldn't want to be up there at the head pastor and everything. That is heavy. Let me just sit down and chillax. Ministry for me and pastoring for me, if I could tell you what I really want it to be, is give me hospitality. I have that gift. But God, every time I say it and I speak it out and everything, for some odd reason, it goes into, you can't tell me what to do for you. And Jesus, that is something. Because I'm planning one thing, but none of my plans are going to succeed because God's purpose will overrule everything. Isn't it funny when we sit there and tell God what we're going to do and how we're going to do it, and he smacks us right up in the face? And I would honestly say it's not about being where it's going to be a hurtful one. It's just going to be, here it is, you thought it was going to be like this. Jesus. And then not knowing, I had spoke out a while ago about it. I gotta stop with wanting to know, because really, if he showed me everything, I think I wouldn't show up the way I needed to show up for it. So I'm gonna get suited and do whatever it is, because I know he's gonna reign and he's gonna do whatever he's gonna do. It's funny, you know, a lot of the time for me, when I know I have the victory and I have already won, and I literally say that often, it really goes into the whole fact of God. I, I think it's more so where you're telling me that no, 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 you're getting it all wrong. Basically, I won. I already won. The fact that you picked up and you suited up was good. I just needed you to do that, but I won this. So I'm going to win at the end of the day. It's going to be my will. And I say to him all the time, God, your will, not mine. So if I'm going to keep on saying that, then it's like I got to know that he has won the victory. So he's going to win over everything. So I can have it in my mind that it's going to be one thing. But he's saying, no, 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 I got it. It's going to be what I want for you. I know what's best. And I thank God he does. Because I don't need to know any of that. I'm just asking him, God, please equip me with whatever you need this woman to have. Put me around the right kind of people who you see as adjutants, and people who can add to your purpose in my life. People who know how to give great stability within you. People who you see fitted. And it's so weird because my pastor just said, watch, you just have to make sure you following instructions. And literally, God and I was just laughing about that. I need to learn how to follow your instructions. It wasn't that long ago. And it's like, wow, you bring it up again. This confirmation that he has been giving me, man, it's just like, wow. God, it's something. But I thank him for it. I'm going to trust that he's going to do it the way he wants to. So God, I thank you. I'm going to stay right where you need me to be, and that's to trust in you. It's so funny of how he moves and he laughs. And with me, we always have a laughing day, man. Because when he wants me to get something and see something, I know it because I be hearing like this kind of chuckle that's not my chuckle. So I thank him so much, because at the end of the day, winner takes all. And if I'm asking him to take all of me, he's won multiple times. He didn't won for the fact that, you know, his word rings true. It's number one. So I am so grateful. I thank him so much. You guys go out there and live in your Just Be God-given name. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and growing, more importantly. Trust him through this process. It's something. You guys have a great, wonderful evening. I will be back on, God willing, with you guys tomorrow. Make sure you guys love God. Man, he loves you. I know this ain't nothing but love. Nothing but love. And it's so amazing when he just tells you how much he loves you and starts showing you who you are, so you can love yourself. And then you're going to go out there and be able to truly love on others, because more importantly, he will be the one coming through you to love and capture people. You just so happen to be the human form of him down here. So be grateful. Don't take any of the recognition. I tell people that I don't know who this is other than I know I am Audrey Lane. And this is God that comes up out of me. I thank you, Jesus, because I didn't, yeah. So you guys have a great evening. Lift your hands and say Jesus, because we know it's power in his name. And you go with God and trust him. I will be back on with you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. 29 days, new beginning. Come on, y'all. This harvest of growth is just amazing. You guys have a great evening. I love you. You know that's why I wink, because I see you. I love you. God sees you too. So you guys have a great evening. And I'm going to keep on saying it again. I love you. Go with God. Have a great evening. Have a great evening. Man, and sleep well. Because I already know and claim it that, man, God, thank you. Because the rough spots and that rough spot, before you know it becomes smooth. Mountains are rough climbing. But when we climbing them up for God, the whole thing is I'm so sure-footed that my foot is on a smooth path. Jesus, Jesus. All right, I'm going to get off. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Bye now.